Hello guys, this is G-Dog here, and I'm gonna do a video of Halo, if you know that game. I'm taking sorry it took a little while to make a video because I was doing a lot. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I hope you like this video. Subscribing, and let's go. Let's get to the first weapons. This is, Dawn of Flood. This is a Halo expired mod from a dev with Discord. I mostly figure out like this is the Magnum. Pretty. I'd rather not use my other gun mod because it's just boring in that other way. So we got this one. It's kind of similar to the Magnum, but it does less damage. This thing you can't find it. It's basically it's basically a practical weapon. It doesn't do as much damage as the Magnum, so I'd rather not get it. Okay. The Megler is probably my favorite pistol weapon to use. It's basically a shotgun, I could say. Well, sometimes the ammo is sometimes a little glitched. Like, it'll like be in like the left screen, or it just flies. So, fix that part because that was a issue that they had. This is the M90 shotgun. This is basically the old-time classic shotgun they used to use for Dawn of Flood. Mostly it's pretty. Hopefully you never heard this gun. But no, like that. The reloads are kind of a bit hard to see because sometimes the ammo when you're having survival it kind of glitches and acts like you have more ammo than you expected. This bulldog shotgun. It's kind of similar to shotgun, but it's probably like one of the strongest guns in this whole mod. This thing is basically like the ultimate killer for the Forest. Ultimate killer is probably the best infection mod. It's also the hardest in this version. Well, there's more infection mods I could show you that are much harder than Furiosus, but this one's probably like one of them I'm gonna show you. This thing is basically the fastest shooting gun. Pretty cool, if you think about it. Wait, hold up. This is basically Halo OC's version of the M. It's just basically a modified version. It does like more damage, I believe. It just basically behaves similar to the one right here, but it's customized. This is the Halo Assault Rifle, the old-time classic rifle to use in the game where you get in the start. It basically has the same sound. You also see a crosshair because the mod mostly comes with a crosshair. There's also a lot more weapons. So this is a showcase video. So if you want to skip over this part and you get to the mods, that's completely fine. Okay, because this is probably gonna take some time to get through. Okay, this is a Needler. This is basically it's like the fastest shooting pistol, in my opinion. Like CMG is a pistol, but it's basically like in a different class. It does okay damage. It just doesn't like do like it does pretty good. It's just lose ammo. This is probably the second strongest gun in the game. The sniper. You can actually buttons like, well, you could zoom up and do night vision like this. I believe it. Oh, never mind. Oh, sorry. Sorry, you have to do for this. Yeah, X. You press X, you can get night vision. And if you press Z, you probably can do melee. This is basically the same sniper, so you just skip over this one. The brute shot is basically it's kind of like a grenade launcher. It has you can basically just do a full-on raid on the flood just using this weapon, but it's sometimes a little messy. This is the energy sword. Mostly it was just original sword before, but it has like a. I may tell this, but avoid using this weapon because if you use this weapon too much, the game will try to like kick you out. So if for people that are watching this video, don't use the energy that much, sword that much. It's probably gonna crash your games soon, someday. Okay, we got the landmine. This thing is pretty cool because if you place like a mob right here, it'll like explode. Like, whatever. Okay, see that? That's what its action was. It's the frag grenade. It looked a lot more weirder before, but they actually upgraded it. The thing is, it doesn't do a lot of things. Just like a landmine. This is the plasma grenade. It's basically an upgraded version of that, but without causing a mess. So probably use this more if I was you. Okay. Next ones we have now are the like some of these items you may be seeing are probably like not fully released. Some of them are just not ready. We got the gravity hammer. So also don't use this one too much also because it also could lag out the game. So be careful when you're using this weapon. It can do a lot of damage, and if you click like enough times, it will do like a ground pound power like this. Like it'll make blocks fly and such. Next one we have is Energy Slave. This one is not available yet, but the thing is basically still working on progress. You basically just only get this from creative from this point, so you can't actually get it now. Probably put that in next update. Who knows? We got the shields. They're basically just shields that are... These things are basically upgrade shields, I could say. These are right here. Basically defensive barriers. They're not very big, but who cares? Because who's gonna ever use these in the game? Because they can't. These things aren't craftable. Okay. Okay. Let's get to the flood form, shall we? There aren't a lot of them in this mod, but there's enough I could tell you. Some of these are real forms, like some of them are just re-erected or something, I don't know. The first one we have is probably the first waterborne type, flood tadpoles. These are probably like one of the weakest enemies in the game. From the pod infector we'll get later. These things they're basically the early stage of a pod infector. And the pod infector are these two. These guys can just pop if they like see an expecting victim. Like, okay, they're basically the main part of this infection. And if they get onto the enemy too much, it's probably gonna get on. Like this village is... Wait, he just killed him. Okay. Also, you can see the villager basically has self-awareness. Really nice. This is a flood villager. There's a lot more forms coming later. This is probably one of the... I don't know, that was a cutscene, sorry. This thing is basically a flood form that is just... It doesn't do that much. It basically just eats. It can also have the ability to climb and maybe break blocks, but that's later. We'll talk about those later. Next one we have is the carrier form. This is what happens if a combat form, aka that villager I showed you, turn into, after staying alive for a very long time, their body will start to grow a lot of pod infectors. How they attack? Mostly they will just show up on an unexpected victim, like, and that's how they spread infection, kind of. Next one we have is probably a pure form. Well, biomass form, sorry. It's a biomass form. This may look very, very weird, so... You think basically like aircraft carriers glider. They basically just float in the air and just try to like... They also do this weird thing that they just go super high and then drop the mobs and then just never come back. I'm sorry. Oh no, he's getting to the warrior barrier. I don't know if he could get up high. I feel like he's going up higher than me. Well, I'm not going up that quick. Oh, there he is. We'll see, he likes to go, like, these guys like to hit the, like, world barrier, like I said. They'll, like, go super high. Like, really high. I can't find him anymore. I feel like I lost him. Sorry. Mostly when you kill these guys, they mostly just drop, like, a bunch of pod infectors, like he just said. Kill these guys first before killing any other ones, because they're pretty annoying. This one's probably gonna be more found in the later stages and escape form. This is basically a form that would do. It's probably pretty strong. It's probably the second strongest mob. They're bait. Mostly they could have. I believe the developer trying to add a update for this guy so he can transform, but for now he can't. Like the Halo 3, if you know that. No one for this guy. These guys will basically kill anything just to live, almost. Okay, we have the Maw form. The hitbox really like you don't do that much damage to it. It's basically just a tree that basically tries to kill you. Okay. Okay. Next one, we shall go next. Okay. I already showing you the villager, so we could just skip that one. A lot of these ones you're gonna see are basically base forms, aka the infected mobs. Next one we have next is the human. These are just basically normal infected. They don't do anything special from just doing something I'm gonna show you later. We have the flare form that is basically a blood form that has armor. We have the pillager form that can shoot a crossbow and climb. We got a Vindicator form. They're probably like much harder to kill. And then we have the rarest, the second rarest form, the most rare form is the Vulcan form. I feel like these special is they can actually like do like some type of like extra life thingy if they are lucky. And also when they, also every infection form does this, but if you kill them, they're just good, their body will be there. And how will they get back up? Mostly is from doing this. You basically get a pod infector and then that's how the infection mostly just revives itself. It's kind of cool. Okay. Next one we have is the ring. Most of these guys basically just kill time while they're alive. But he doesn't look like he's having a gun. So, sorry. Then we have the Grenader form. These guys are basically like, marine forms, but they just make grenades. These ones are slightly a little bit more rare than the actual form because they throw grenades. grenaders and aren't very easy to find. Next one we have is like the second rarest is the Enderman one. Luckily you don't have to deal with these dudes, but they're really strong. So you don't want to mess with these dudes because they're really strong. These guys will teleport everywhere. They teleport more constantly than a normal one. Sometimes a flood form can probably die when they can spread out pod infectors, and these dudes also have the ability to do that. Yeah, before 4 was kind of a little bit more weird, let me say that. Okay, next one we have are some are kind of just nothing at this point. Okay, we have the Sling High form. It used to be a elite from infected by the flood. You'd probably be wondering where the heck is his head? So it just died for some reason without any answering. Then we got the brute form. These dudes are probably really powerful. These guys basically can hold weapons like this. One guy can hold weapons like the marine form, so they can't have single kills. Also, these guys are also a bit harder hit on style to kill. Then we got the jackal form. The jackal form is not really a form now, but it could become one some updates. But what makes the jackal form very cool, they can hold shield and a needler while fighting. And the more damage you do to these dudes, they basically just, if they die, they just drop their arms and just fall to the ground. This one is probably one that is, this one may be more common in the later stages, and it's called the Flood Iron Golem. These dudes are basically iron golems that got flood infected by the virus, and they basically have to survive just from doing this. These guys are gonna get hard to kill. These guys also drop corpses, I can tell you that. And the only way to, mostly for combat forms like human forms, like, we'll get to that later. This is you can actually spawn the dead ones. Mostly for a normal one, like a human, you basically need a lighter that will cause blood. But for these dudes, you basically just need to hit them with a pickaxe and then they just break and you just take all the iron. Simple. Okay, this one is probably not actually a form, it's a plague form that I believe the grave mine infects these guys, but these aren't like official ones. Like mostly these guys aren't like pod infected, but these guys are actually infected from, I'm gonna show you something later. These dudes are, they basically can have the ability, mostly they will attack their victims, like, say, like, mostly they can have the chance of doing melee, or they could just explode while near you. I'll show you. See that? They do it less often, because they mostly just rather not do it, of course, because why expect them for them to do it? Okay. I can show you other stuff like now. Like okay. These okay. Okay. Next one we have is the Juggernaut one. These guys are a humongous. They're probably the strongest enemy in this whole list. Well, maybe I could say that. These guys are like the big titans of the mod, and they're pretty hard to kill, I could say. You basically need a lot of those. If you don't have those, try to avoid these dudes because I'd rather not fight them unless you need to defend yourself. Next one we have is the Tyrant form. This is something with a mod. I don't know what mod it is, but I feel like it's like something with like it has like a session with a mod, another mod. These guys are supposed to be seeing the mod, but if you don't have the mod, I forgot what it's called. Probably not gonna have it. This one is actually actually a flood dinosaur. Oh, T-Rex. Mostly sometimes these guys can have like marine forms riding on him, so it's kind of funny. There's also the coarse forms that are just bodies of them, like these other stuff like marine thingai, brute, and jackal are probably like and these things right here are organs right here. This, this are organs. And this one actually can give you like, this thing can actually despawn, despawn the flooded Enderman and just get rid of them. Mostly we have, add points and decrease points. They're mostly, you can get them in creative is the thing, so I would say. Like, you could decrease the points or increase the points. So you could just decrease them if I want to. Mostly have the ship removal, so there is a ship that spawns in like 3 days. So we get that later. And then we have a music discs and here, 3 of them. You can listen to them if you want to. They're basically just Halo music from the Halo games. Like say. I'm mostly playing all the Halo games, except for 5 and Infinite. And the new one. Mostly we also have these other ores like tungsten and sulfur I'll talk about. Mostly tungsten is basically a material that is made for making guns. What makes it useful because sometimes you could just, if you can't like find guns, you just have to craft them. And then there's sulfur that's basically made, and then you can turn it to sulfur dust. I believe this stuff is made for crafting gunpowder if you're having an issue. And then these parts are basically just made for the, like this is made for ammo. This stuff, this, and it's made for like gun parts. This right here is probably not in the actual crafting table, and you can't craft this, so I agree it's creative. These are blood effects. I feel like they're in the buildings, but the acid. Oh yeah, I forgot the tyrant. Mod actually. The tyrant can actually spit out acid. Like it's kind of hard to see, but I'm sorry because I'm trying to make this video shorter. And this is a med kit. You basically just step on it. And then these are just banners if you could just check them by yourself. Then we got the blood stuff here. So mostly these guys will come to later. Mostly we have the grave. Well, I'm gonna have to do this underground. Sorry. Mostly sometimes this guy can get glitchy, so be aware. This is basically a cutscene. What makes these guys cool is these guys can actually infect. These guys are the infection. Sorry. Like, there's an add point system. Like, like if you increase the intel, it basically like intel's like level 50. If we increase it, the more intelligent they are, the more powerful they are. So they can basically use anything just to stop something. Like if I set it to the all the way limit, like this, it also will transform into its second form, Great Mind too. It's basically a more powerful and more smarter type. It also infects more better than an actual version would do. And this guy can summon all of these blocks that you can check for yourself. Like I say, so be aware. You can check this yourself now, right now. And then we don't want to come on. Die. I don't want you around. These guys basically create a lot of room. These guys can actually be made from a librarian form. That's basically like a flood form that is like has like a special type of effect, and then the flood forms will come together, like 5x6. They come together, and that's it. And then we will explore. Mostly a ship would come. Mostly I had to just spawn it because we're not gonna just wait for like 5 years for this ship to come. Hold up. Well, I'm guessing, let's explore the, structures. There's only, like, 2 structures in this game, I could say. And, mostly these are the 2 only labs. Okay, this is the first one. You can find some pretty good loot here. There's some Texanoras up top. Ignore this. I don't know how this got here, but this is just a structure mod, I'm guessing. That does a structure mod. There's also loot here that would probably be really useful in survival. What makes it funny is you could just steal all this, like, while you're just... There's, like, a lot of loot here, like, enough for, like, an average player to gear up. And then we have the second one that's probably, like, much better. It's called the, oh, sorry, I'm teleport myself into a wall. Sometimes the, like, bases sometimes just get really bad at loading it correctly. Oh, it's spawned nearby my structure mod. Okay, this area is probably gonna have a lot of food, a lot of other resources, who knows? That could be healthy. Helpful, I mean. Not healthy, what the heck would I say that? Whatever. You also can find this chest here, as I can see. And another one right here. These aren't generated, so they're just basically just the mods, mostly I saw on some Discord stuff, if you want to check it out. The update haven't been fully revealed yet, but it will come someday. Just be patient. And then we just have this room. Nothing that much is right here. Probably like where the end is. It's basically just cobblestone. Yeah, just cobblestone underneath. Nothing that much under below there. It's probably like where you're stopping. Okay. Most of this is just basically a crystal head, but it looks more like an earth. There's a wither skeleton for some reason. If you want to just summon the wither, I don't get it why you would too. And then we're gonna get to. I'm gonna wait for the airship while the video's paused, so wait for a sec. I'm sorry, but I can't wait, so we're gonna spawn it, okay? I believe it's not like this, but like I said, it's supposed to like crash down. It also does like a lot more. I had to summon it, of course. Mostly, this thing is a creative item, so you can just tap it just to disappear. They also will have some marine forms in there, like the pilot. There because, of course, he's probably dead already. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just guessing. Okay. I hope you, next time see me later. I hope you like this video. See ya. Bye.